Well, good evening. Good evening. I made a video this morning. Opened a box. I had to explain my thumbnail. That's my ex dog, Ridgway, looking at me like, you fucking dumbass. Well, here's why he's looking at me like that. God damn it. No, it doesn't want to go in. Huh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Well, you see this thing last night. I tried, or you see this thing right here. I tried to race this last night, and I said it was a 5 ounce, so I have to apologize. I weighed it. I took it out of this capsule, and I put it on this scale. Uh, that scale right there, that Ohouse 311, because my normal scale, which is this one right here, will only measure up to 50 grams. No, 100 grams. Sorry, 100 grams. And that's it. So I had to go downstairs, get my other scale. Now, I've had this scale for years and years and years. This was my original reloading scale until I got the other one. This one will weigh down to a gnat's butt. Yeah, I got it for reloading. Uh-huh. So, I lost my little tray that sits on here to zero with, so I had to put a 1 ounce and a tenth on there, and then I could zero it. So 11/10 of an ounce had to go on there. Anyway, I am sorry. I misrepresented this piece of silver. This piece of silver is not 5 ounces. This piece of silver is exactly what Brad V said it was. This is a 4 ounce piece of silver. So it will get reprice, and we'll try and run it again one of these days. But I wanted you guys to know that I fucked up, and I went and made sure that I was right or wrong or whatever. But I did say last night, if it does turn out to be 4 ounces, because we were doing a 6 ounce race, that I would add another ounce of whatever anybody wanted to that other ounce that was in front of this one to make it 6 ounces. Well, we don't have to do that now. I know it's 4 ounce. We'll race it as a 4 ounce piece. Also, you can see in the background over here, I have a King's Beast or Queen's Beast. I have the Australian Platypus. I have the 2 ounce Scottsdale Stacker, and I have a 2 ounce. Which one is this? Oh, it's so hard to see anything anymore. This is a Seymour Unicorn, 2024 Seymour Unicorn 2 ounce. So I have five 2 ouncers up there we can raise. I've got this 4 ouncer that we can raise. I have, I took, after some soul searching, I took all my bars outside except for my Tetris and a Nadir bar. I took everything else outside. It's in safe. I took all of my rounds out. I sorted through them. I kept what you see up there on the stage. Those are all new, except for maybe one or two. And I have these whole piles right here. I got these piles right here. I have a Rolo. I have the 2 casino tokens in here yet. These are all 1/10, either Buffaloes or Walking Liberties. Walkers. There's another. This one's going out back into my stack. This is a 1/10 ounce silver, but it's a guinea. A 1/10 ounce guinea from the East India Company. Never saw one before. I'm going to keep this because I don't have one. This is the only one I have. So I'm keeping that one. That one's going back out, back into the safe. And I accidentally brought in this 1/4 ounce. It's a B-17 bomber. This comes from Liberia. It is a $10 coin. It is, what's the weight on this thing? 8.5 grams. So just a little over 1/4 of an ounce. I'm going to keep this one too. I'm an airplane guy, so I'm going to keep that one. That one's going in my stack. And then the other thing, I told you guys I was going to do, I was going to show you my pours and made pieces. I have several. I don't have a lot. I was waiting for one to come in. It came in today. I opened that without doing a video on it. But here's what I got. This one came from, I won this one racing Kraken. Kraken was stacking. That's where this one came from. And this is, what is it? It says 0.9, so it's just about a 1 ounce. And if you look at it, the maker's mark on the back, it's 999 fine silver, 999 fine silver, BR something. Looks like a maple leaf, kinda, or a Michigan. One or the other. Can't really make it out. So I don't know who made it, per se. But I won that racing with Kraken. It's an octopus. And that's a poured octopus. Really nice. So I have that one. Then I have this one from Reckless. I decided I was going to keep this one. It's a 2 ouncer. And it's number 883. I think it's 883. Nope. 063. 63. Reckless Metals, number 63. I mean, you guys can see it better on the camera than I can. 63, yep, 2 ouncer. All right, then I have some that I got from $1 Million Meg that I really appreciate her kind of saving some for me. I got my Pew Pew. And these are all Mutiny medals because she kind of fronts for Mutiny because Mutiny's up there is her neighbor. And so I got my Pew Pew. Nothing on the back of this one, though, but I know it's a Mutiny. Then I have my other one, American flag with the soldier kneeling with his hand on a rifle with a helmet. In honor of a lost compatriot. And then I got a Boffides selection. And here is this one, the guy with the wolf head, wolf skin head on his head. I see this with trappers a lot that wear coyote hats. So yeah, it's kind of a neat one. And it's got Mutiny on the back of this one too. So yeah, it's a Mutiny Metals half ouncer. Then I got another one as part of the Boffides. And Meg always teased me that this is the one she called Gary because they jump out of airplanes. It's got wings. I told her, no, Meg, this is what we call a wing head. or a wing nut. This is a wing head. Those are people who are fucking goofy. Call them wing heads. So those are from Mutiny, but they're kind of special because I got them from Meg. And then I have this one. I thought was kind of cool. The Don't Tread on Me snake. And I don't know what the PP mint is, but I decided to keep it anyway. I think it's a 1 ounce, but yeah, it's 1 ounce. But I like the snake, so I kept it. I don't know who PP is or what that mint is, but it's a pour. You can tell it's a pour. And then this one with the Egyptian hieroglyphics on it, and they're actually mummifying a body there. And then you got this one on this scene on the back. I don't know who made this. I got no clue. All I can see on this is 1 troy ounce 999 fine silver. As far as a maker mark on this thing, nowhere to be seen. And I looked all afternoon. I couldn't find anything on here. So, but I like the Egyptian stuff, so I kept that one. And I don't really know where I got that one, to tell you the truth. And then I was at an auction, and I got this one. I don't know if you can see that or not. Certificate of authenticity, blah, 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 blah. It says, made by Bunker Bullion. 999, fine silver, 1 troy ounce. Dog World and U Channel Round. And I got this at an auction. It's a Dog World and U Channel Round. It was a benefit auction for, I don't know, for Tiger's Wife's business or what it was, but yeah, I got that one. That's a Bunker and Bullion round. I need to get one of Tiger's yet. I need to get one of Thule Thule's. But then I got 2 Bs. I actually have a certificate of authenticity here, and some of you guys might recognize this from Herman Ortiz out in Aurora, Illinois. But I had to have this one, and that's my Queen Bee dog tag, 1.1 ounce. He didn't number these, so gotta look at it. 1.18 ounce. 1.18. And so I raise bees, so I had to have the Queen Bee. And then I was asking around if anybody else did bee pours. And I got this one. I finally bought this one. This is from Medley Corrupted. It's a certificate of authenticity. And what I like about this one, this is 3.4 ounces. You can see that. But if you look up here, it says bees. And what does it say up there? Proto 2. So this is prototype number 2. Oh, and besides that, Medley Corrupted sent me a nice sticker. I didn't have one of his before, so I got one now. But look at this bee pour. That's kind of sweet, ain't it? And on the back, it says it right there, 3.4 ounce, 999 fine silver. And the 999 is double stamped, which makes it even cooler. And then he's got his Howlin' Coyote stamp in the middle there. You can just see it on the camera. And then down here, he's got a flag stamp, American flag stamp. It does not say prototype on the piece of silver itself that I can see. I like the hammered edges, though. If you guys look, you see those hammered edges? I may have to back it up a little bit so you can see it, but you see those hammered edges all the way around. I really like that. And I do like the bees. All this detail here, that came out really sweet. That came out really sweet. So I got 2 bee pours now. And if anybody knows anybody else that pours bees, I'd like to get another from anybody else who has bee pours. Then I got this one from Danger Metals. I won this one in a race. This is a 3.1 ounce We the People. Won that one on a race too. I don't really call this one a pour as much as a production, because you can see it's just a flat piece. The edges are chipped around a little bit. And I think this is laser engraved, but it's still a sweet piece. And I'm not getting rid of that one, tell you. Then when Angry started pouring, and I'm trying to get him to pour me a trap yet, but getting a mold made, we're finding that kind of difficult. But when I saw this one, I really needed to have this one. You see that C-130 there? I'm telling you, buddy, that's an airplane. That's one of the best airplanes the Army ever had, next to C-46, C-47, which was the DC-3 civilian military model of DC-3. And this one's a 3.3 ouncer. And Angry's got his little no, he does. Yeah, he does kind of got a mark down here. I don't know why he put that, but he's got it. Up here, if you can see it, it says AWT, Angry Warrior Tackle Box. Down here, I don't know what the P is, but unless that stands for prototype, but it's not numbered, so. But I still love this piece. The way that is, look at the way how he made this. So you could actually set it on a table flat like that. It's got little legs right there. And then it's got all these little, like a frame all the way around it. Kind of cool. So I got that one from Angry. And then that one didn't have a COA with it. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. This one came with a COA. I ordered one. So I got the Never Surrender. This is this is number 4. And the date it was made is a 4.51 ounce. And Angry signed it down there. And he's got his sticker on the back, kind of like. So it's a great pour. .51 on the back. It's got number 4 on, so it's number 4, 4.51 ounce, and it's got his double axe up there at the top. It's got his double axe up here at the top, number 4 over there, 4.51 there, and see number 4, but he's got 04, so just to make sure. Look at that. Look at the detail on this. People, if you're not buying pours from Angry Warrior, you're goofy, man, because he does a fantastic job. Just fantastic. Let's read some chat and see what people are saying here. All right, Kane. How the hell are you? Yeah, I know. I fucked up. All right. Thank you very much, dude. Have a great time down at the shop. I had to, I was out, I drove to town today. There's 11 miles out, 11 miles back. Drove to my brother's, 5 miles over there, 5 miles back. I got down in my shed, did a little shooting. I vacuum sealed some dried mushrooms. I went through some of my coins, so took some down, brought some up, and I went to the mailbox. I just drove up to the mailbox because I was done, right? Gonna go to the house. And I pull up to the mailbox, hit the brakes, and damn, I went rolling right by it. And then something started grinding. Let off the brakes, stop grinding, back up, grind when I brake in front of the mailbox. So I just drove it right back to the shed, and you're only talking 50 yards. Put it in the shed, jacked her up, took my front left wheel off because that's when it was grinding. I looked at the pads. Guess what? The pad, there was no pad at all. It was gone, and it was steel against steel, so it fucked up that rotor. The inside pad was good. The outside pad was gone. And if you're going to replace one side, you're going to replace the other side, right? So I took the other side apart. Do you know that I take my truck in to get service on every 2 months or so? I do that and get the oil changed and all that stuff. And they're supposed to check that shit for me. Last time I was in there, they said, yeah, they're getting thin, but you're going to need new pads pretty soon. I said, okay, well, next time come in, then I'll get it done. That would be in July. I took the right side off on the passenger side. There was nothing on that outside pad except for 2 little pieces of tin that was left from the steel. That's on the outside of the pad. That's what the pad is glued to. They were razor thin. I mean, paper thin, 2 little pieces of steel about this big. About this big. That was left in there. The inside pad was okay yet. The outside pad was gone. It's gone and been gone for a long fucking time. Otherwise, that piece of steel wouldn't have been worn off that much. So I looked at the rotor. Yeah, the rotor's all scarred up and everything. But you know what? It had a rust in it. It's old scarring. So that had been gone for months and months. Not just a couple months, but a long time. So the next time I take that truck in there, we're going to discuss their inspection technique because I'm going in here and look at my file because I keep a file of all the paperwork. And what they do is usually they give you another piece of paper besides the invoice that says this is what we found, this is what's going to need to be taken care of next time. So I'm going to go look and see if it says we need to do brakes now. You did, Daryl. Good. I'm glad you got your mail, man. I just mailed out the last of my packages today, except for, and I haven't got any acknowledgement yet. I sent Show Me Stacker a email. Hopefully, I got the right Show Me Stacker. I put out a call on my video this morning. I'm going to call right now. Show Me Stacker needs to send me a mailing address so I can send him, her, them this end of stream prize that they want. So Daryl, Darren, Kane, any of you guys know Show Me Stacker or can get in contact with Show Me Stacker, or you see them in a stream someplace and they're racing, make a mention that they need to send me a mailing address. Because you know, everybody knows if you win something, you got to send a claiming email with your mailing address so we can ship this out. But they didn't do that last night. Last night was Monday night. Yeah, it was last night. So there you go. I got this sitting here. That's the only one I haven't sent out yet. I know claim emails are asshole, but and what I've done, what I started to do anyway, is I started get over there. Every time anybody sends me a mailing address, I'm keeping track of it now. So if they don't send me an email, claiming email, at least I will have their address. But I don't have show me's yet. I mean, I got pages and pages of them. And Stuart, I don't know if I got you yet. Daryl, I think I got. I have to look, but Daryl, I think I got. Stuart, I'll look. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a claiming email and you got an address right there. Why make a person keep sending you claiming emails? You got the address, write it down in a book, then you got it for next time. That I mean, that's just simple to me. Maybe that's the military in me. I don't know, but I can tell you right now that looking at the quality of pours, Herman and Medley Corrupted. I haven't seen any more of his yet, but I will. I've seen more of Herman's and more of Angry's, and Angry and Herman are spot on, man. They are just the best. Reckless, yeah, his is pretty good, man. His is pretty good too. But everybody collecting Reckless now. Reckless is the hot thing. Mutiny's not so hot anymore. But I like Mutiny pours. I mean, Mutiny pours are good. There's nothing wrong with them at all. I'm just not real big into skulls and skeletons and all that crap. I like the Egyptian stuff, but not with skulls and all that, you know. So, hence that fucking heart. Get rid of that goddamn thing. Hence what? Oh, wait. I ain't setting no claim yet. Hence. Well, what if you win something, Stuart? How the hell do you get it? I mean, hence no email. Okay. Well, yeah, I understand that, but how do you get your shit when you win? I mean, they got to reach you somehow. I don't know, man. Yeah, like I say, I fucked up really bad. I have one. I'd like to have my Pop Joy pour back. I think Ginger won it. I had a 2-ounce Pop Joy pour, and I raced. No, I didn't race it. I auctioned it and started it too cheap, and I think Ginger got it. But anyway, I fucked up. I should have kept that one. I have the bag yet. They got the bag yet. I got the bag that it was in, and I got something in there. I don't know what the hell it is. I put something else in there because I had the bag, but let's see what the hell this is. Oh, I don't know. It's a 2000. No, it's a number 11. I don't fucking know. It's a $1 coin. It's a lion. It says lion $1 on this side. And you can see the lion right there. Kind of a cool looking little design. But on the back, it is Republic of Sierra Leone 2022. So it's Republic of Sierra Leone, a lion. Okay. I don't know why that's in there. But I'll put that one up on the table. That'll be another one I race off. I'll just save the bag for something special. I think maybe I'll take a couple of these out of the plastic bags, like these Mutinies, and I'll throw in there for right now. I like to keep my, or maybe I could put this Reckless in there. I'll put that 2-ounce Reckless in there. We'll save that plastic bag for something else. We'll put that 2-ounce Reckless in there. How's that? And I got one other little bag up here from Guardian. Beal. I don't know what that bag is from. So what I might do is put a couple of these in there. I got you, you little bastard. Fucking gnat. I got the little bastard. All right. We might put them in there. Or switch them around. I don't know what. But yeah, 4 ounce. 4 fucking ounces. So we'll erase that a little differently. But yeah, I wanted to come up and apologize because that's why I couldn't get anybody to raise. Everybody knew it was too fucking expensive. So and then I changed it to a 6 for 10 or a 5 for 10 after that, and I still couldn't get anybody to raise. I think it scared everybody away. There were still 30, 39, 37 people in, but I mean, last night was fucking slow. I mean, really slow. John Wolf had to pass. I passed. I don't know. I think Brad run a race. Silver Selling Machine, she was done. RC left early. I don't know if Party Pickle got a race done. I think he did, but it was like 350. And, you know, you start getting down to 350 and you're not even making your money back. You're actually maybe just making your money back. And then the shipping's on you. And that's bullshit. Can't do business that way. I got 1 credit for Sherry Lynn Martin. I have 1 bank for Hillbilly Samurai. I have 1 bank for Larry Downing. And I have 1 bank for Stewart. Right down there. So, Stewart, you still got a bank with me. Oh, I'm sure it works out, but I don't know how. I don't know how the hell you get your shit, man. Yeah, there are times when we get off of Brad V stream and I have to claim something, you know, at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sending claiming emails fucking half asleep. But if I don't write it down so I remember it in the morning or noon when I get up, I have to do it at night. I end up doing it at night. I wish. Let me see if I can turn this light down a little bit. Let me turn this light down just a little bit and see if you guys can actually see the detail in this thing. Oh my God, look at that thing there. And my camera's not as sharp as it could be, but wow. That thing is beauty, man. Yeah, it was a chunk of silver, 4.5 ounces, but that's worth every dime, I can tell you that. And this C-130 is, to me, just a beaut. I've rode on them, jumped out of them, jump mastered out of them. I think it's probably the best plane, if not the second best plane that the Army's ever had. The DC-3 or the C-47, definitely a good aircraft. But C-130 is wonderful. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. I have jump mastered and jumped out of a C-130, and I wrote the tail number in my jump log. That plane is in the Smithsonian Institute. That tell you how old I am or how old that plane is. Anyway, on the jump platform that you fold out and put out the door when the door is open for jumpers to stand on, it says "Look out below." So if you see that one in the Smithsonian, if you're ever there and you're looking at aircraft, if you see that C-130, you'll know that I jumped out of it and I jump mastered other jumpers out of it. Great aircraft. Okay. Oh, I don't know about really lived. I haven't done anything that a hell of a lot of other guys haven't done. But man, there's another gnat flying around here. Son of a bitch. Where the fuck they're coming from, but I'm gonna get you, you little bastard, yet. I got your brother. Yeah, Kane, you can tell I really lived by the fact that I can't hardly walk anymore. I've had my right quad muscle sewed onto my knee twice. I've had my right ankle fused twice. Broke my left ankle once and broke my back once. So, and everybody wants to see my wife.
Why?
Yeah, there she is. She came in from the kitchen going, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
We are talking about my scale and how I advertised this for a race last night as a 5-ouncer.
Mm.
But Brad said you want to check it because he thinks it's a 4. So I did. I took it out of the case. I had to get my my other scale out because this one only weighs up to 3 ounces. It is a 4-ounce piece.
Mm.
So I wrote Brad a letter and told him he was right and apologized to him and had to come online tonight and apologize to everybody for doing that. And even though I said I would make it right with another ounce, I don't think that made any difference. And I told the guys I wanted to wait until I got this pour in right here, that honeybee pour, before I did a video about my pores. And you've seen this one, the Queen Bee by Herman Ortiz. Herman lives in Aurora, Illinois, just south of where we live there.
Okay.
Yes, we lived out there for 11 years. Just north of Herman Ortiz, we lived in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So we were just north of Interstate 80, and he is just south of Interstate 80. No, he's north of Interstate 80. He lived a little west of us. That was it. That's it. Stuart, you still around? Did you hear when I told you you have a bank? I'm not going to race tonight because I don't know how to do that. I need Brad or Silver Selling Machine or Party Pickle or somebody who knows how to do that because I am not that technologically advanced yet. Oh, we were talking about pores. I really do need to show you this pour. That's my Haley Bug pour. That's the one that Kiwi gifted to me. That's a Haley Bug. I had another Haley Bug, but I think I raced that one. This one will never go anywhere. That one will stay. I have that one on my table all the time. Doesn't take up much room. I should probably. Oh, I'm sorry. I got some other ports too. I do have a couple of Comscos I got, my bear paw, of course, because of my bear that my uncle gave me. And we're talking heavy steel or something. But we have my grizzly bear. So we have my bear paw from Comsco, and we have the other one from Comsco, the bear ripping through the wall. It's a stacker too, just like all the Comscos are. And I've had other Comscos. I had the Ganesh, and I had the Sword of St. Michael. Which other ones did I have? But I raced those. So I kept the bears though, because that's the logo for my channel is a bear, grizzly bear. So anyway, guys, I heard you just hold it, please. Yeah, squirrel hunting. What the fuck? Where are you at? You in California? Because it's darker than shit here. Or are you on a Coin Crew site and Mrs. Coin Crew is squirreling you? Kind of wonder about that. You're making me wonder what in the hell you're doing now. Kane, I'm glad you're a loyal viewer. I need more viewers like you in Australia, New Zealand. I catch Kiwi sometimes, but I don't catch him all the time. And it's nice that you come up a lot. So I appreciate the support. I really do. I wouldn't have a channel. Oh, I probably would. I'd be making these videos even if nobody was watching them. But I mean, it's not a big deal. Sometimes I just like to hear myself talk. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you, I was going to bring my homemade knives in, the ones that I've made from outside, because those are the ones that are outside, and they're all in my truck. And I couldn't drop them off. I would have to go out. I have to take a box out there tomorrow and load them all up in a box and haul them up here because I didn't do that this afternoon. I was busy taking those brake pads and rotors off. So I'll haul them up here and then we'll do a knife part 2. And I'm still missing one knife. I don't know where the hell it went to. I looked through my drawers and I didn't see it. So maybe it slipped in by some files or something. I have to look because I'm missing one knife down there. Plus the one that, well, I've had 2 of them stolen now. I've had one Cold Steel Deer Hunter stolen. And that one hurt because that was given to me by my Special Forces team when we were deactivated. Oh, I got another knife in the other room. They gave me a dagger too. That one's in a frame, though, in a shadow box. And let me see, that one got stolen, and that stainless steel diving knife that I had on my rucksack that was sitting in my parents' garage when I was home on leave once. Somebody stole the knife, didn't take anything else, but they took the knife because it was hanging on the outside of my rucksack. Anyway, otherwise I'd have 2 more knives. And I've had over the years probably 3 Buck 110 folders that I've sold. Buck, like Gerber, has some really, really hard steel. It's tough to get them sharp, but once you get them sharp, they stay sharp for a long time. Buck knives and Gerber knives, some really tough steel. They hold an edge a long, long time, man. For commercial knives, I like them. I like cold steel too. And I just recently got into those Titan Internationals out of Algonquin, Illinois. Yeah, they have a website, TitanInternational.com, if you want to look up their knives. It seems like every time I go to a gun show up here, once a year, they're here, and I buy a fucking knife. I bought 2 of them so far. And Cold Steel, I really like Cold Steel knives. Yeah, I'm telling you. And who was it? Yeah, Daryl the other day asked me if I had a fighting knife. Yes, and I showed him my preferences for fighting knives. That's my preference, though. So, again, everybody's got different preferences. But the one pocket knife that I like is a Gerber. It's got a clip on the back, so you can hang it on your pocket. But it's the Army issued one, and it's a switchblade. Pow, and it opens right now. And I like that one a lot, as opposed to a flip out with your knuckle or with your thumb. You know, the one where you got to flip it out. This one, I just push a button and the blade's there. Yeah, and that's the problem with nice knives. You know, I don't have a machete, but what I do have, I mean, the reason I don't have a machete, oh man, my back is killing me, is because in Iowa, we have machetes, basically a machete, but they're called corn knives. It's called a corn knife because that's what they were used for, cutting corn off the stalks as a wagon rolled by, and you would cut the corn off, throw it in the wagon, and the horse kept pulling the wagon. So they were always called corn knives. They're a machete, but this is the knife that's as close to a machete as I got. That, my friends, is a Cold Steel Magnum Tanto. Kershaw also makes a good blade. Not as good as a Cold Steel, not as good as a Buck, but still a good blade. It's a good blade. This is not a combat knife, not shooting war kind of combat. This is a more one-to-one samurai hand-to-hand kind of fighting. That's what this knife is for. And it's a San Mai. That's what I like. You see the line just a quarter inch above the edge of the blade. That's where the softer steel starts up into the spine. You can see that line. You can just make out that line right there. Right about there. And that's where the toughest part of the steel is at, right down there on the edge. I like a San Mai technique for making blades. Someday I'll do one like that. It takes a little bit of different heat treating, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. Nice blade. And, you know, like I said, I can hardly fit that thing in the picture. I saw that in a gun store. It was in a dusty corner cabinet, and I think they bought it, thinking that they wanted to sell knives as well in a gun store. You know, you sell everything basically, weapon related, and they had a $250 price on it, and I think they Probably paid. I looked it up when I got home. It's a $350 knife all day. Um, I think they were trying to sell higher end knives and trying to make a nice profit, and think they misunderstood their customer base and people of Mason City, Iowa, and surrounding areas. Mason City not that big, 14,000 people maybe, and people don't have that kind of money. It's a farming community with a little manufacturing, and people don't have that kind of money, so to spend on a knife anyway. So they didn't sell it, and it was sitting over in the corner. I think they marked it down from 350 to 250. I don't know. I'm just gonna. I imagine that's what they did. I saw that and I snapped it up, and I didn't have the cash with me that day. I said, "Put this behind the counter. I will come back and buy this tomorrow. I promise." And they said, "Okay." And I went back the next day with cash, and I took that knife home, buddy, because I got one of the best deals. I mean, that's $100 off that knife. So, and then I bought that one. I think it's downstairs now. That one from Shiny on the WWP auction. He donated that one, and I watched a video he sent me of the guy that makes those knives. That guy has a multi-million-dollar shop. I have a $300-400 shop. That's what I got, and I still managed to crank out some blades. Granted, not as pretty as his. Um, heat treat's probably the same on the blades, but he's just got nicer ovens, and he's got a tempering oven. Plus, he's got his forges that are quite a lot more modern than mine are. So, yeah, it makes me jealous, but I'm getting to the age now where, if I crank out a knife or two a year, I'm happy. And see what happens as a knife maker. You'll make bunches of knives, and you will have drawers full of knives because people will buy one every once in a while. They don't uh, buy them all the time. So you end up with drawers full of knives unless you make them on an per order basis. Somebody comes in and says, "I want this knife. I want it like this. I want it like that." Okay, I'll make you one. And if you do that, then you don't have drawers full of knives. But I have drawers full of knives. So yeah, that's what happens as a knife maker when you're starting out. You get drawers full of stuff. And you'll see. I did some playing around with just bits and pieces of steel and put handles on them. Heat treat them, put handles on them, sharpen them up. There's some letter openers in there, sharp letter openers. I got a punch knife made out of deer antler, and what the hell is that steel? I think it was a circular saw blade, an old circular saw blade. Good steel. Uh, Old tractor seat springs, the leaf spring type tractor seat, like on the old John Deere A's and B's and C's. It had one thick piece of steel that was bent up, and the seat was on top of that. And so it was just like a big leaf spring. Man, I'm telling you, that spring steel is some great shit. Trap springs. Any spring steel is good, man. Lawnmower blades, some are good, some aren't. I use more big mower blades like you would haul behind a tractor on a 3-point hitch, or you would pull behind a tractor on a hitch and run by PTO. Those blades are good and tough. You actually have to soften them up a little bit. And I use chainsaw bars. I split them in half and use that steel for fillet knives. Really nice and flexible, maintains a good edge, makes a nice fillet knife. Um, there's some other good steels out there. Coil springs are good. Like I said, any spring steel, most any spring steel. Railroad spikes, that's a toss up. Most of them, no. There's some you can find that are pretty good steel, but most of them, no. They're more decorative than anything. I don't know. I have a lot of blades. Uh, if you can find old buzzsaw blades that don't have titanium or tungsten teeth on them, it's just steel for the tooth. Those blades are pretty good steel. The old buzzsaw blades, the big ones, pretty good. Most of the new circular saw blades are crap. Uh, Anything with a diamond tip or a tungsten tip, carbide tip, the steel is not real good because they're using the metal that's on the blade to do the cutting, so they don't care what the blade is made out of. So, all right, that's what we got there. Gerber, man, I have to look on Gerber's website and see what they got for blades nowadays. Really? You like the sickles? Hmm. That's just a farming implement, right? Those sickles. Well, most of that whole style was developed for farming implements because that's all they had. So they used those. I am more impressed with a staff. I got to get myself a 6-foot wax staff just to practice with because I find staff movement is just great, man. And I'm not too bad with a nunchuck. I made my own nunchucks out of axe handle and chain. And when we couldn't have them because they were illegal to have them, I would put a snap swivel in the middle of the chain. That way I could unhook them and you just have two billy clubs in. That's all you got with a piece of chain on. And if you hook them together, then you got nunchucks. And I got pretty damn good with nunchucks. A single, not a double, single. But the other thing I like is a Kubotan. You carry it in your hand, you put it on your keys, and if you get a guy's fingers in there or wrist, you get a decent wrist lock on him, fingers especially. But you can use it to poke and prod as well as bend, hit pressure points, um, do joint holds. Kubotan, a Kubotan stick, what, 8 inches, 6 inches even. 6 inches, big around as your finger, nice hardwood, and you carry that on your keychain. Wonderful, wonderful. And you can use it as a handle to swing the keys. That's what I like about it. I learned a nunchuck. I didn't do that. I used to play with them in the garage, and yeah, I lost them a couple times. But you have to develop a grip, wrist and grip. I know it's funny. I hit myself in the elbows plenty of times. Especially when you're doing a cross, you go from one side to the other side. Yeah, and you come up over top. Oh man, you talk about getting your elbows. But yeah, I don't know. I'm too old for that shit now. I would like to, and I could probably do this with my cane. I don't use a cane. I did when I had my ankle surgery on here this last year. I eventually got down from crutches to a cane, and I would use the cane, and then finally I weaned myself off the cane. But because they got to let you take it on the airplane with you, um, it makes a wonderful weapon. I mean, wonderful. Especially you have it, the handle shaped to where it's got a nice edge on the underside of the handle. Yeah, I can buy one or I can make one. I think I'll make one because that's what I do. I make shit or fix shit. I get so tired of that, but probably keep doing that until I'm dead. All right, I saw Bait the Hook was live and somebody else was live too, so maybe we should end this. And it's been an hour, and go raid somebody. I don't know who. Remember tomorrow night we'll be up with. Let's see, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, I got Supreme Ginger Stacker in the morning at 10 Central Time here. And I got Brad V. What is it? 8 o'clock at night. So it'll probably be 7 o'clock because Brad's in PA. So yeah, he's on the East Coast, so he'd be an hour ahead of me. And that'll be open panel too. So might get to race once or twice. Last week I got to race 3 times, so that worked out. And like I said, I got some new shit up here. So or recycled old shit. I got a 2022 Lib. I got a Philharmonic. I got a Krugerrand. I got a Kangaroo. And then down here, I got the cheetah, the manta ray, the alligator and shark. And over there, I got Europa and the bull. Then I got a koala, a kook, that 90-degree offset. What the hell is it? Silver Phoenix. Then I got 40 years of the Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I got that nadir bar over there. And I think that's all I'm going to put up. You know, I used to have 2 more rows of stuff there where the scale's sitting. Right there where the scale's sitting. And usually have another couple rows. But I don't think I'm going to put any more out than that. Because I think, see, I got more silver. I got all kind of it sitting there. But I think we will either do a 2-ounce race over there, or we'll do 1-ounce race just with what I got 4, 8, 12. I got 12 rounds up there and 1 bar. So I think that's all I'm going to have from now on because I see a lot of other, you know, there are some like Pizza Guy or Brad V or RC have so much stuff up there. A lot of times I think it's hard for people to make a decision. And I think I'm going to lessen my stuff so that more of a decision there. And see, the thing with Brad, and I don't know if Brad orders his online. He gets all his stuff in online because they get a lot of painted stuff now. But any LCS from me is a good hour and a half away. So it's not like I can run to the LCS like Farmer does or, you know, somebody else. I just can't do that. So anything I have up here on my stage, I either won or I got from an online auction. And a lot of the stuff on online auctions, I just go there to bid for stuff I'm putting in my stack, not necessarily for stuff I'm going to race with. So I'm going to have to start doing that because I can't just run to an LCS, and I'm not going to go on to SD Bullion or Silver Gold Bull or who AppMix or whoever website and buy shit and pay for shipping to have it sent. Damn it, I missed him again. Have it sent here to race it. Because the premiums, you know, you've got an ounce of silver, $30. You got the premium for whatever it is on top of that. So you're talking like $45. You're racing for $60. It's costing you over $5 to ship it. 1 ounce now. It's like $5.40 to ship. So you're making $15 back to, you can buy 1 ounce back that you raced for. Then you have another $20. So you have to do 2 races before you can buy anything else to put up on a table. So it's difficult. And then you're not paying for your time either. So it's difficult when you don't have an LCS you can go visit regularly. And you see on, you can see on actually your Gremlins website. Yeah, that's all I'm doing, Kate. That's all I'm doing. And maybe pontificating a little bit and showing some shit, but come on down here, you old bastard. There you go. And showing some shit off, but yeah, I haven't learned how to keep multiple tabs open because you have to have a StreamYard tab open and you have to pay for a certain amount of time and all that, you know. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to have somebody teach me. I know Angela said she'd teach me or Meg, but Brad could teach me too. But Brad has a way of explaining things, but without really explaining it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. And I do have some pennies for silver selling machine for Angela because I know she likes pennies, and I buy them at Durbin auction because he starts them at $1 a roll. You know, they're 50-cent rolls. But people like to penny roll hunt, and so these are 1970 something. I don't know what because I can't see them. I got 2 rolls of these. I had 2 other rolls I actually auctioned off. Made a couple bucks on them, but that's all you're going to make on pennies. And I'm not a penny hunter. And I got these 2 from Pizza. Yeah, I got 1958 P and D, and those are Wheaties. Those are wheat pennies. So I know there are people that collect them. So I told Angela I'd make her a deal. I'd like to buy something she's got, and if she wants to take off the pennies in trade, yeah, we can do that. Or I'd just sell them to her for what I got them for. I think I got them for $4 a roll or something like that. And every once in a while, I will buy them on Durbin's auction. A lot of time, guys buy them just to coin roll on them. You know, they're looking for errors. Mostly they're looking for errors. So I got those for her. Oh, I was going to show you one. I'm waiting on a response from a lady. I bought these from, yeah, Jessica. Stacking with Passion Arts. She had a set of bars. Now, these aren't particularly interesting to most people, but they're buffalo bars made by the Atlantis Mint. They were sold in a set. This one's aluminum, 1 ounce aluminum. See that? The 1 ounce aluminum. Then they had a 1 ounce brass. Then they had a 1 ounce steel. They had a 1 ounce. What the hell is this one? I forget what this one is now. Iron. That one's iron. So there's 1, 2. This one's steel, I believe. Let me look here. Oh no, this one's zinc. Okay, so we got iron and zinc. This is bronze, I believe. Nope, brass. That's brass. So we got iron, zinc, brass, and aluminum. I know what that one is. And aluminum. And they had a copper bar that went with it. The copper bar she sold off of this set. And I know the lady that got it, and she's going to make me. I told her I'd buy her another copper buffalo bar. I'd trade her even up, and I'd even pay her a little cash. But I wanted to make this set whole. This mint right here is copper bullion, 1 ounce, buffalo, God we trust, blah, blah, blah. And this is CMC mint. But you see, I wanted the whole set back together from this mint. And it is the Apollo or the Atlantis mint. And I wanted this whole set back together again. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 5 bars there. But that other lady said she was going to, she would make a deal. She was going to get back to me. But I want to put that set back together and then offer it up for sale as a set. I think Jessica thought she could do better selling them separately, and you probably could if they were copper, but because there is aluminum, iron, zinc, and other metals in there, selling them individually I don't think would have been feasible. So I want to put that set back together if I can. I got to get a hold of that lady again. And then these 2 little squash pennies, different ones. I think one's from Harmony Caves in Minnesota. And one, I think I sent him one from, Hormel. And I have some foreign coins I just give away because they're just nickel, copper nickel coins, British coins, other stuff. You got a pile of them up here someplace. I don't know where the hell they went to, but yeah. And then I just give them away like for end of stream races or DALs or whatever. But that's about all I got for tonight, man. I don't really have a whole hell of a lot. I mean, I got a box of stickers. I got my poker chips now. Some. Don't have a whole bunch. Stickers were the hot things for a while. Everybody had a sticker. And then everybody had poker chips. And I think a lot of people have channel rounds, like the Trey Amigos, but they had other people pouring them. They didn't pour them. If they'd have poured them themselves, then I'd be more impressed. But the reason I don't have theirs is because somebody else poured it for them. So still, I suppose having one of their sets probably wouldn't be a bad deal. I have Supreme Ginger Stacker. When he gets his Dragon Fever perfected, I think I got number 4 of that one. I don't know. I gotta check with him and see. No, actually, it's an Ohaus. 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 And yeah, the nickname is Centigram, but it's a Model 311. They have a Model 310, 311. The 310 is a dual beam, and this one's a single beam. But yeah, it worked for reloading, and it'll work for weighing metal too, because it's accurate as shit, man. Scales like this are the ones you weigh drugs on. Yeah, I haven't reloaded any shells for years now, and I have this in a drawer downstairs, in a file cabinet drawer downstairs. So, along with all my other reloading stuff, I got to get out one of these days. I started, what I did was I took a couple gunsmithing courses, and I have a couple certificates from different schools now, and I started fixing guns. And once you start fixing them, you don't have time to reload. So when I was shooting my 220 Swift and working up a perfect load for that gun, I found that 220 Swift likes 52 grain bullets, 50 to 52 grain bullets. Nothing heavier, nothing lighter. That's what it likes, 52 grain bullets. Hornadies especially. And I forget the powder I had in there. I have to look in my notes. I have a reloading journal. But yeah, it's different, man. It's different. I don't know. What do you think, Kane? Should we call it a night and go raid somebody? I'll put this shit away and get ready for tomorrow morning. What do you think, man? You tell me. You want to talk a little while yet? We can do that. We don't have to look at knives and shit. We can look at me face. Like Ozzy Man says. Oh, like Ozzy Man says, here's me face. I got a couple of Ozzy Man keychain things, the talking keychain things off his website. And I thought they were funny as shit because I follow him on YouTube, you know. And I gave each one of my brothers one. I got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more brothers. So the one that's just younger than me, that collects the traps and coins and knives also, I gave him one, and I gave my younger brother one, my youngest natural brother. I got 2 stepbrothers younger than him yet. I gave him one. He thought it was pretty funny. The one brother that's just younger than me that collects all the other shit, he said, fuck, I can't even hear what he's saying. You know, fucking old bastard, turn up your hearing aid. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. All right, hold up a second. I'll be right back. I'll be talking to you, but I'm going to pull this table back and get it out of my way. Every time I do a stream, I have to pull this card table up. And then when I'm done, I pull it back so that I can walk in between it and my desk. And I put up my pillow to put my goddamn feet up on. Oh, yeah. Kane, do you have a proxy here in the United States like Kiwi does? If you do, I'll send you a gun lock if you want one. I got lots of these gun locks. They come in every fucking gun you buy. That's why the goddamn things cost more. I got more gun locks, man. That's what Show Me's getting. Angela wanted one last night, so I was giving one away to everybody with a race win. So if they want to race, then I'd give them a gun lock. I don't use them. I don't have kids at home anymore. I don't have any kids that my kids know enough not to touch my guns unless I'm with them. And all my guns are in safes except for the one I got here in a drawer, the one I got by my bed, the ones I got in my truck. Other than that, they're all in safes. But if somebody wants a gun lock, they can have them. Fuck it. Oh, here's the other thing I was gonna. Another thing I probably overpriced last night because I was racing it with the 6-ouncer, but Brad said that was too much for this. So I got this Popjoy Mint Tut coin. This is my second one I've had. I raced the first one, and somebody won that one. I can't remember who. But I have another one I bought on the WWP auction, Wounded Warrior Program auction. I thought, what the hell? I could race another one. And Brad said I was racing it for too much last night, so it's because I was racing against those other 6-ouncers. I thought were 6-ouncers. The one pile was 6-ouncers. That was all my Silvertown. I had 4 Silvertown bars and 2 Silvertown rounds. And you think I could get anybody to bid on those as a set? Nope. Or on the other 6-ouncer, even if that bar was 4, I was going to add 2 rounds to it to make it 6 ounces, or this, and nobody wanted to bid on this. Brad said that was too much for this, so okay, so we'll reduce the price on that. So we'll race for that a little bit less. Oh God, man, I hurt so bad today. My back is getting so bad that anytime I work on something on a truck, I got to crawl underneath the truck or something like that, crawl up on my tractor, check the fucking fluids. Because I had my ankle fused in September last year, it took me, let's see, the middle of September, October, November, December. I think I was on my foot in January. So I was sitting here in front of the computer, just like I am right now, with my feet in the air. And my quad muscles really, really got weak. And so now I do a half a day. It's hard for me to get up and down off of the ground. And my back hurts so fucking bad anymore. And again, I think that's from sitting in a chair for 6 fucking months. But the older you get, the harder it is to bounce back from a surgery. I can tell you that. Anyway, I think Kiwi's finding that out now. My neighbor John, I had to take him to the hospital. He was getting his elbow cut open here and his wrist. He was getting his wrist cut open here on the side, on the front, right through here. He couldn't even close his hand and make a fist anymore. So they cut him open there. They cut open his elbow on the same side. He's had his ankles reconstructed. He's had a knee replaced. He's had hip surgery. He has to have a shoulder surgery yet. And he had that elbow and wrist. So he's got a shoulder yet. I think he's got just his shoulder yet. But God, he's got to be 10 years, at least 10, 15 years younger than me. And I think he's already been cut on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 times anyway. And he seems to bounce back pretty good from them. But I'll tell you what, if he was 15 years or 20 years older, you wouldn't bounce back as quick. And he's still in the National Guard. He's got a couple more years before he retires, and he's just trying to hold on for as long as he can, so he get his retirement and not get medical out. But tell you what, man. Oh, Daryl's here. Where's Daryl? There you are. What is that? ARE. ARE back. ARE. What is that? Lower back? Upper. Lower back. What is ARE, Daryl? Oh, shit, yeah. When it gets cold, you can always feel that metal. Daryl, where in your back, man? Mine is T11, T12, and L1, L2. The L1 is really bad. Yeah, and that was the deal with my ankle. It was fused wrong, and it was just terrible. And my foot, I was walking on the side of my foot like that, to where your femur started to slip off of your ankle bone. Your ankle, everything was all fucked up. There were 2 screws, 2 big deck screws in there, and that's how they fused it, supposedly. Well, that didn't work. So I went to a civilian surgeon, knee and ankle specialist. No, foot and ankle specialist. And she opened up the side of my ankle, put a plate in there with a hole in it, and then took some bone marrow and some fucking 2-part epoxy or something, mixed them together so that it would grow into the bone. And then she took a rod and it was a rod about, 8 inches anyway. I can tell where it came up. Through the bottom of my foot, through that plate, through the ankle bones, and into my tibia, into my tibia, up into the tibia. So that ankle ain't moving anymore. How the hell did you break both arms in one day? Holy fuck, dude. You broke your lower jaw and your upper jaw and your fucking nose. God damn, did you hit hard. Right on your fucking face. Oh. Ah. Yeah, chipped teeth, I can imagine that. Yeah. Sometimes I listen to you guys and think, well, my injuries ain't so bad. But, well, I had a broken left ankle and a spiral fractured fibula on that side. And there's still a plate, 9 screws on that fibula. And then the right ankle been fused twice. The left knee needs to be replaced, but I haven't done it yet. The right knee's had the quad muscles sewed on twice. It broke my back in 2 places. I had a fucking skull fracture, right frontal skull fracture, from getting in a fucking fight with several guys that kicked my ass and put me in a coma for a couple weeks because my brain was swelling. So they had to bring the swelling down. So they kept me in a drug-induced coma for a couple of weeks till the swelling come down. And had a concussion, of course. I've got this old injury from playing football in the military. I don't know if you can see it, but see how that bone pops up? Yeah, ain't supposed to do that. And the shoulders come out of the socket a couple times, and I've managed to work it back in, and I haven't had any. I mean, it hurts like hell for a while afterwards, but it's only done it a couple times in the last 30, 40 years. So you just got to watch how you move your arm. Not a biggie. And I've only broke 2 knuckles on this hand, boxer's fractures right there, and a couple on this hand. Can you tell I used to fight a lot? Yeah. I wasn't smart about fighting. Can't say I ever had my jaw broke, though. Nose broke a couple times, but tailbone broke a couple times. But those are just, I mean, you set your nose, that's it. Tailbone, there ain't nothing fucking you can do about that except sit on a donut for a while until it heals. The back is the worst fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a military jump at night, no wind, landed on my rucksack. Oh, God. And we had steel frame or aluminum frames on the rucksacks, on the military rucksacks. And I landed right across that motherfucker. Oh, God. Did that hurt? And I remember that operation because my team sergeant broke his back on another jump. Was another jump on that exercise, was that same weekend. And he's had his back operated on, and does good, man. He's doing good. I, on the other hand, have not had mine operated on, and mine hurts like fuck. Fucking Dan. Daniel Bishop. Your boots won't shine, your goldfish drowned, and my dog ran away. I'll bet your fucking pickup truck got run over by a train or something, too. That's why I say, Kane, there are people got it worse. My wife's brother, younger than her, a couple years, had lung cancer and something else, and he's being treated for that. Her mother is still alive, barely. I mean, her stepdad's had a triple bypass. Her mom has cancer now, too, and she's getting chemo shots and shit. But, yeah, there are people got it worse. I ain't bitching about that. I'm still alive. I'm on this side of the fucking dirt, so I'm good, man. I can handle it. I can handle it for a while. Ooh, ooh. Diving into a pool? A regular swimming pool or a pool of water in a mine? Yeah, I know, man. I've lifted wrong my whole life. Being on a farm, that's what you do. You bend over and you lift instead of fucking squatting and lifting. But never broke a bone until you were 30, huh? I gotta think. 1922, 23, 24. I think I was 25 or 26 when I broke my first one. But how'd you pull your groin sleeping? Are you yanking on it in your sleep or what? Swimming pool at the camp. Oh, man. Did you hit the bottom or what? Must have had to. Man, you had to hit the bottom wrong. You know, we used to swim in quarries when I was a kid, and we would jump off the quarry walls. We didn't die. We jumped because we were just young kids then. But I'm telling you, we never checked the. We could tell the water was deep by how blue it was. You know, in a quarry you can tell because you can see down in the water. It's really clear. But we had to dodge rocks that were in the water. You know, if you ever hit one of those rocks, you'd have killed yourself. And as a kid, we never fucking thought about that. We never thought about that at all. Uh, yeah, I think about the shit I did as a kid, as a teen, and in my early 20s. I should have been dead fucking 2 or 3 or 4 times, but I'm not. So there's a reason. Don't know what it is yet, but there's a reason. Yeah, Daryl, I see some bad accidents too, man. I don't fucking. You know, when I lived in Illinois, and I told you I lived just north of Herman Ortiz, or not north. I live east of Herman. Aurora is west of Bolingbrook, just right west of Bolingbrook. And he couldn't be from my house in Bolingbrook. He couldn't have been 10 or 15 minutes away. But I don't live there anymore. I live in Iowa. I'm glad I don't live in Illinois. But anyway, where the fuck was I going with this? Oh, we were coming back from a shooting range. Me and another guy that was in the reserves with me. We came on a car accident. A semi had crossed the center line. I mean, he went right through the median, up the other side, ran head first into this guy that was in a convertible. The guy in the convertible must not have had his seatbelt on because he got thrown, fuck, I'd say 20, 30 yards he got thrown. And this was on a 4-lane freeway. So they were going fairly fast. You know, in Illinois, it's probably doing 70, 75. Don't know what the truck was doing, but the truck driver was shook up. His truck was fucked up. He had a car implanted in the front of it. They couldn't find the driver. I mean, I got there right after this happened. And we pulled over and got out and started looking. Well, we found a dude in the median about 30 yards away from the truck with a car implanted in the front of it. And he was blue. I checked his carotid. He didn't have a pulse. He was cold. So I wasn't giving him mouth to mouth. I called the fucking EMS guys that just got there, called them over, and that was it. We got the fuck out of there. Otherwise, we were going to be caught in that traffic for hours and hours. But the guy that was with me, he couldn't stand the sight of a fucking body. It's a dead guy. You know, what the fuck? You checking for life? I wasn't going to give him mouth to mouth. I knew he was dead, and mouth to mouth wasn't going to help. But the EMS people had just got there, so we let them do their thing. I was coming back from, camp, what the fuck was it, up in Michigan? And a van with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, probably about 10, 9, 10. The boy had a broken arm, so we just didn't set anything. We just slung his arm to his body. And I sat there and talked to him. There was another gal that stopped. She was a nurse. And the guy that was driving said, we almost made it. He was in shock, so he was just sitting there. And they put a blanket around him, you know, treated for shock. His wife, she was fucking dead. Young girl, miraculously, she didn't get hurt. She was in shock, not saying anything. And
we did what we could there until the helicopter came in, because we cleared the area on the highway. And they all got life flighted out of there. I think the husband and the daughter were put in an ambulance. I think the wife and the son were helicoptered, and they got the hell out of there. And yeah, I got some nice knives. I don't have a lot of them. I got some, but oh man, it was hot here today. Sun out all day, no wind. It was hot. But yeah, I was sweating. It was good. No, you know what, Stuart? I got a text from my. See, I got out of skydiving for 25 years while we had kids. We raised kids, and then we moved back to Southern Iowa. And there's no place really to skydive here, not on a regular basis anyway. And so I sold all my rig, my gear. I sold all my gear, and my wife kept her rig, but it would have to be tested and all that shit. I bought another rig, a used rig from a guy in Houston, Texas at Skydive Spaceland. And then I had a AAD, automatic activation device, put on my reserve also because, you know, as I'm getting older, there could be something happens in the air and I don't pull, and it'll actually save my life if I'm alive. Anyway, I got a text from him saying my rig was done, because I send it down there every year to have the rig repacked and inspected, the reserve. And he said it's done. I sent him the money. He's going to ship it to me, FedEx. I haven't seen it yet. That was a week and a half ago, something like that. Well, I finally get it back. I go make a skydive. I'd like to make 3, 4, maybe a half a dozen every year until then. But how'd she break her leg skydiving? She didn't break her leg skydiving. She broke her leg landing. Unique difference there. I broke mine landing too. That's my left ankle got broke, and I got that spiral fractured fibula. That was landing also. But yeah, I got this great big fucking soft canopy now that lets me down really nice. It's still got a little performance because it's a 9-cell, but it's 288 square feet, and I'm only 240 pounds, so I'm less than a 1-to-1 ratio, pound per square foot. So I get put down rather nicely, and I don't land on my feet anymore. I land on my butt. I scoot in the grass, so I don't take a chance with my ankles anymore or my knees. Yeah, it's still got, because it's a 9-cell, and it's not F111. It's a different fabric now than the older parachutes. It has more of a glide ratio. So yeah, I'm happy with it. But the thing is, it's over 20 years old, and the riggers up here won't touch it because of liability reason. Oh, okay, I can understand that, I guess, but I put it in a box. I ship it down to fucking Houston, Texas, and because he was familiar with the rig when it was down there, he fucking inspects it for me and ships it back. I pay shipping both ways, so it cost me $170. I think it cost me $190 to get it back this last time, get it inspected. Cost me $160 to send it, I think. So The inspection, only $30. Shipping, $400 a year. But that's okay. I plan on making jumps until I'm 70. And I'll be 68 in less than a month. So 2 more years. Well, you land in a tree. Do you have a round parachute? Do you have a square? No, I still have a downward glide. That's just the shape of the wing. I mean, I might stay up longer, but I'm not going to go up. I can tell you that. Japan wants to build stairs into space. Yeah, well, good luck with that. The only way they could do that and make it work is if they had an anti-grav device under each step, and then that way you wouldn't have to have any physical structure to support it. Oh, were they round parachutes or were they squares, Stuart? Round parachutes, you don't have a whole lot of drive unless they're what do I want to say? Oh shit. Man, I have to break some pictures out. Can't think of the name of the parachute right now, but they have holes in the back and steering toggles. You can actually steer them pretty well. Military call them an MC3. What the civilians call them? Had a sleeve on. Damn. Can't think of the name of it, the civilian name of it now. But anyway, those are pretty maneuverable. I mean, those I wouldn't see landing in trees at all. You know, if you had a T10 or a 26-foot flat or something like that, a T10, even like an MC1, like a military MC1, it's kind of a modified T10 with holes in the rear with steering toggles that you can close up the holes and actually maneuver the parachute. Even them I didn't land in trees with. Yeah, squares, rectangles. I don't know why you would land in trees unless you were over top of nothing but trees. I mean, you should have been able to find a landing zone someplace. All right, Kane. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Been nice. Let me know if you want to talk about anything in particular sometime. I may have some shit here and I can bring it and show you, or we can talk about it or whatever. But I mean, I don't got a lot of shit. I guess I shouldn't say that. I got a lot of shit and I ain't got any good stuff. We can talk about my walking stick. I gave this to my mother when I came back from Alaska. One of my many trips to Alaska with the Army Reserves. And this was diamond willow. You can tell that by the willow shaped dark, or the diamond shaped dark spots on it. And I put a nice paracord handle on it and Special Forces crest. It was just the right size for a Special Forces crest. I got to turn it like this so you can see it. There you go. I gave that to my mother when I came back from Alaska. I brought her a present. And she kept that all these years. And when she died, they were cleaning out the house because my stepdad was in nursing home. My mom died last year, so this is one of the things that I got back. Cool little trip to Alaska. Well, I jump with my beard, dude. Yeah. I mean, if you're bellied earth like that, you're bellied earth. I mean, what's the wind going to do to your beard? It's going to blow it up, either into your eyes like this, or it's going to blow it like that and then split it here. I tell you what I do. I put it no. I put it a couple of hair ties, so it's just one long string here, and then that way, if it does come up, it doesn't get into my eyes. Folks got a few broken bones. No one said crap. Huh? Well, all I can tell you is I think the jump master fucked up when he spotted the aircraft because, and I'm going to assume that it was a jump master spotting the aircraft because now they have computer-aided release points on the fucking aircraft. Guy doesn't spot the aircraft anymore. Computer does. And it takes everything into consideration. Winds aloft, winds on the ground, winds at every 1,000 feet all the way up. And then it releases depending on how many groups or people are going out and 6 seconds between each group and whether they're opening high, whether they're opening low, whether they're doing head down dives or whether they're doing belly dives or, you know, the computer takes that all into consideration and calculates your release point for you. So you're never really, you never really get a bad spot. The only time you can fuck up is if you pull too low, pull too high, and the winds are really cooking at the altitude like 3,500 feet. Let's say you deploy at 3,500 feet and the winds are really cooking there. And so you have to turn around, hold in the wind, back up until you lose altitude. Then you can turn around and go to where you want to go. But I think that just takes some experience. I've had good spots, but I'll do a couple of spiral turns like that, just to fly the canopy, put it down in the deep brakes, and collapse canopy. And, you know, you lose altitude fast when you do that, and so you put yourself further out than you want to be. And I've landed on just over the highway, on the edge of the runway, or on the edge of the cornfield, just over the other side of the highway, right by the drop zone. But still, I should have been another 100 yards further down toward the landing area. But that's just me playing around the canopy and just misjudging how far out I am. It happens. What the fuck? Most of the time I land in the landing area. Not a big deal. Well, sometimes you misjudge. And if you do get a bad spot and you're under a square canopy, you're always looking, and you should do this anyway, every time you're under canopy, is look for alternate landing zones. Always looking. Your eyes should always be searching for alternate landing zones. Even though you're going to make your primary landing zone, you should be looking for alternates all the time. No one said crap. I'll bet they didn't. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. No problem. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah, bullshit. If you're hurt, say you're hurt. They just didn't want to go to the fucking hospital. That's all. I mean, every time somebody broke a bone out at the drop zone, you always call the ambulance. Or if it ain't really bad, you can haul them into the hospital yourself. But if you haul them in by ambulance, then they're going to the emergency room. And some people, especially, well, back in my day, the old jumpers didn't have fucking health insurance. They didn't want to go to the hospital and pay cash. So they just fucking put up with it and let it heal. Especially if it was a minor break, you know. Yeah, long gone are the days when you'd see a long-haired guy walking, thumbing for a ride down the highway with a rig over his shoulder and nothing else. Thumbing his way, mumming a ride to the drop zone so he could spend $5, make a jump. Well, jumps don't cost $5 anymore. Jumps are still relatively cheap, 20, $25, but and you're going 13,000 feet. Back in the day, we were going to 7,500 feet in a fucking Cessna 182 or a Cessna 170. And now, if it isn't turbine aircraft, nobody wants to jump. We jump fucking otters. What the hell else do we jump? Everything's turbine aircraft anymore. So you're getting good altitude. You're getting 13,000 feet to play, and that's great. And altitude doesn't cost you too much because you're paying for kerosene instead of fucking airplane fuel. And most drop zones don't have their own airplanes anymore. If they do, it's a Cessna 182 or something like that. Most drop zones are leasing airplanes anymore. One of the buddies I used to jump with owns a aircraft company out in Illinois. They do a lot of maintenance work for the Army Reserve, and they also lease aircraft. They buy and fix, and then they lease aircraft, so they're responsible for the maintenance on them. Our aircraft up here, and I jump in Baldwin, Wisconsin, which is east of the Twin Cities, about 20 minutes, half hour in Wisconsin, and Twin Cities of Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul. So east of there, half hour into Wisconsin. And it's about a 3-hour drive for me, 2.5-hour drive from home up there. Make a couple jumps and then come home, another 2.5-hour, 3-hour drive. But if you only do that 6 times a year, not a big deal. Or 6 times a summer, not a big deal. This will be my first jump after my ankle surgery. So I'll be a little hesitant about that. But I have this full ankle brace that I wear, knee braces that I wear. I have a back brace I can wear, but I don't. So yeah. If I can make it another couple of years, I'll be happy. I'll sell that fucking rig or put it in the closet and be done with it. I'll sell the AAD because that's about $1,400. So I'll sell that, keep the rig because nobody's going to want to buy a 30-year-old rig. You know, just go in the closet. You know, when I quit skydiving the last time, I sold my rig to a Army Reserve buddy. And I don't know how many jumps he put on it, but that was a damn good rig and canopy. That was a Javelin container, and what I have in there for, I don't remember what I had in there for a main canopy anymore. It was a 7-cell canopy. It wasn't a 9. And that was an F-111. So it wasn't a zero porosity material. Can't remember what the name of the canopy was. I have to look at my books and find out. All right, Stuart, what do you think? Think we ought to end this? Fuck, it's been 2 hours, dude. We can reminisce some other time. What do you think? Time to go raid some other fucking race people? All right, let's do it then. I'm going to end it here. Thanks for stopping by and chatting, man. All right, guys. As always, live free or die. We'll see you.